Yo, are you actually like still in that group chat?
Wow,
Oh
what
Sheep?
happened?
shit.
What happened? What are you doing?
Let's just so Boss and Dole they have actually been like arguing for the past couple weeks now.
And
You
now
should
we're
And
live on That Wrasslin
you shouldn't be airing
Podcast.
people's stuff out there like that, Ben. Jesus Christ, man.
I know,
All right,
but I'm
welcome to
like,
Dat
yeah,
Wrasslin
but I'm always
Podcast.
like
Sheepshifter here with Benjamin Rivers and Streetkilln HD. We're here. We want to wish Soulamazin a happy belated birthday. If you're in the chat, throw down a happy birthday for your boy Soul, because it was yesterday. It's not today no more. Yesterday, and now it's tomorrow. You know how that goes. Yesterday was today, but today is tomorrow, and tomorrow's yesterday and stuff. Right?
Oh, okay.
Isn't
Sure.
that how it works? Also, Soul couldn't be here today. Explosive diarrhea and all that, from the birthday cake. That's how it is.
of course.
Of course.
Pretty
Of
much.
course. So we'll kick things off. We'll cover our Takeover at the end, so we'll kind of breeze through Raw and SmackDown. Jumping right into it, we kicked Raw off with the Brock Party. Brock Lesnar fully embraced the meme that he instantly created the last time he came out on, I guess it was on Raw that he came out last week with holding it like a boombox, and he had the Money in the Bank all decked out with like cheap, crappy ass looking speaker thing glued onto the side. But it was cool. It was funny, and I enjoyed that part of it. And, the inevitable, we can cash in whenever we want storyline presents itself, and they kind of walk out and Dolph Ziggler attacks again, and that sets up, nothing really, because nothing else really came of that.
Yeah.
But what'd you guys think about the Brock Party?
That's a
Yo,
classic.
it's a-
That's
yeah,
a
but it's
classic,
funny now.
man.
Yo, it's actually starting to become entertaining.
So you like Brock Lesnar
Becoming
currently?
entertaining.
You like this version of Brock Lesnar?
I always
Well,
prefer
the
this kind of
boombox
version of Brock Lesnar.
Brock Lesnar I love. Yeah,
Like I like
boombox
the
version of Brock
funny
Lesnar.
and like just like fool around, don't give a shit kind of Brock Lesnar.
Okay.
I like that kind than the
I-
whole like fucking like the Brock Lesnar we usually see. I like the one that goofs off and just like plays around and shit like that. It's funny. It reminds me back of the days with Eddie Guerrero and shit like that when he used to come out and fuck around with him and shit. Especially like the mariachi band thing.
Yeah.
That shit was funny.
Yep, that's good stuff. I'm glad they're bringing
Good
back.
content.
That's what you want. You want to always have your biggest draws be entertaining. If you just hate them,
Mhm.
that's not always enough. You've got to also be entertained.
Yep.
Are you not entertained?
Not most of the time when it comes to WWE, no. But moving on.
True.
Shane O'Mac decided to beat up a random
And
Samoan
there is
guy after a
Yeah, there
really,
is also
really
something
long...
to add
Oh,
to
hold
this
on.
point.
Let me finish talking. Don't interrupt. So Shane O'Mac beat up a
Oh, sorry.
random...
Well, I was gonna like add something to it.
And I said don't interrupt, so let me finish. Stop. You can add to
Of
it
course,
when I'm done. That's what add to means.
Okay.
Add to means in addition, not during and in between. That's fine. You can forget it, but don't interrupt. Got it? Okay. I got it. So Shane O'Mac decided to beat up a random Samoan guy. One of Roman Reigns' like distant cousins or whatever. I don't know. Some Reigns family member. And in the process, before that, he had this really overly long, stupid rant where the fans were chanting, "This is boring." It was just really cringy and hard to watch. And it was pretty bad and lame. I mean, it could have been done well, but this was just, pretty cringy and just overly long. and like
51
definitely
minutes.
one of those not disguised attempts, thinly veiled attempts at trying to get Roman Reigns over like they used to, which completely failed. Which, learn from your mistakes, WWE. Don't just start doing it again.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
this was
I totally
fucking
agree.
garbage.
Of course.
Yeah, that was like pretty damn bad.
I was like,
When I was watching, I was like, should I turn this off? Because I don't think anything good is gonna come out of this. It was just terrible. I don't even know what the fuck they were trying to do really.
Yo,
I mean, I
that
guess they were
promo
trying to
actually
put
took
Roman
about
over.
51 minutes. Yo, that promo took about
Like you
51
said.
minutes apparently, like I heard. It took 51 minutes.
What, that whole
that
bit?
Yeah. It took about 51 minutes just for the first match to, of course, happen. Yeah. And there was actually like some AEW chants also. Like, kind of like I have been hearing.
Of course,
so,
because that shit was garbage. I
garbage.
wanted to watch that.
Hot garbage.
It's hot garbage. But yeah, that's not gonna work out. That was really dumb. Bad. Boo. Could have been better.
yeah.
So,
NXT.
we had Ricochet versus Cesaro, part 2, which there's only two ways to really go. You know, Cesaro wins again or Ricochet wins, and then we have a draw, and then they have to fight again, and one of them looks bad and one of them doesn't. It almost felt, the whole time I was watching this, I was like, oh my god, they're going to try to pull another Cesaro and Sheamus. They're going to do a best of 7, and they're going to become tag team partners. He's going to replace Sheamus in the bar. And they don't just set the bar, they flip above the bar. That's some goofy shit, you know. They do make, they're both, you know, very talented competitors, and Cesaro's kind of long been overdue. They lost a lot of momentum with Cesaro, where he could have, you know, main evented maybe at one point, but it would take a lot to get back to that point, in my opinion. But a really, really good match came of this, so that it was quality. It's probably the best match of the night, maybe of the week. Well, if you don't count NXT Takeover, but on the main brands, it was definitely worth checking out.
True, I agree.
So we had a fatal 4-way to decide who would challenge at Super Showdown, correct?
Yep.
At Super Showdown. And it involved Braun Strowman, The Miz, Lashley, and Corbin. The Miz got his ass whooped for the whole match. He was basically everyone's punching bag. Made Braun Strowman look like, you know, the monster that he's usually booked to look like, where he can destroy everybody, but he can't win a goddamn thing. I don't know how that works out. But Baron Corbin ends up with the victory. Which, you know, I'm excited for. Baron Corbin's legit. Deserves, but, you know, we all know that he's going to, you know, obviously beat Seth Rollins at Super Showdown. I mean, that's just the way it goes.
Wait.
What, Ben?
So, this thing, hang on. So, it was actually not supposed to be Baron Corbin actually in this match. It was supposed to be AJ Styles and then Baron Corbin, and of course attacked AJ Styles, like then of course earning his opportunity for this. So it kind of like feels like, you know, yeah, I think like they were like trying to go for like, you know, like the AJ Styles versus Rollins to be number 2 again, but you know, like changed actually, but plans, you know, of course did change at the last second. So you know, but so that means like, you know, Baron Corbin now he gets to face Seth Rollins. Although, remember, who is currently Mr. Money in the Bank. And if someone does win the Universal title, listen, it could be Corbin versus Brock Lesnar at Super Showdown. If it does happen. So you
In which case,
so
it's
yes,
still
you-
Baron
you-
Corbin,
yeah,
Universal
you
Champion.
always. But all I'm actually, all I'm hoping is that Lesnar finally beats, your boy Baron Corbin. I hope he does it because I am starting like sick and tired of seeing Corbin always going over. It's like
I hope Baron Corbin pulls out a win against Braun Strowman, against Brock Lesnar, and wins the Universal Championship and makes you look like a little bitch boy.
Well, can I also say something, Sheep?
What?
Although, Baron Corbin, he's not ready yet for that Universal title. He's not ready yet.
Nah, Baron Corbin's ready. He's ready.
No, he's not.
Oh, yes, he is.
He's championship
ready
material.
To control the world.
He will.
Yeah, when was
He's gonna actually convince Stephanie McMahon to leave Triple H and marry him instead, and he's gonna become the CFO. And Vince McMahon,
Triple H, he will win any single fight against Baron Corbin.
Funny shit,
all it takes is one fucking pedigree to put him down.
What if they pulled that? What was it? That Lita thing they did?
You know what?
Before?
It takes a lot of work to set up a pedigree, but you know how quick that end of days can come. Woo!
I know, right?
Out of nowhere, it's like an RKO except spinny.
And a days and what's the other one called?
The other one's just as fast. He's got some really good signature moves. I like his signature moves.
Yeah, and
he
who
just
actually also uses
though.
the end of the day? Let me see, Madman Fulton. He also uses that move. So which one's faster?
Yeah, he stole it from Baron Corbin. He's like, man, I gotta have that. Baron Corbin is killing it with that one. Yeah, he's a move thief.
Used it first.
Nope.
Yeah, I think Sawyer Fulton used it first. He actually did use it first. I've got Sawyer Fulton's whole thing up here. And he used it first.
No.
He used it first. Yeah.
No.
It's a white year? Sewer?
Yeah.
Look,
he used it first. Yep.
Baron Corbin used to use that move in the NFL.
Oh, look at this. Sawyer Fulton, yeah, he used it.
Baron Corbin did it in football, Ben. I saw it.
Hang on. Yo, you want to know something also?
No, probably not. Let's move on before we get stuck on this.
Talk about the shaming.
No, we're not. We already talked about shaming, man. We're not going back to it.
Honest opinion, though.
What?
I would really like to see Baron Corbin have a Universal title run. Even if it's not, like, for longer than most.
I don't care if it's for a week.
Even if it's for, like, even if it's for a week, it would just be
he wins it at the pay-per-view and loses it the next Monday. I'm cool with that. I just got to see Baron Corbin with the Universal title. It works. He deserves it.
Back to Seth
He's worked really hard to be a good heel.
Rollins gets that title win again.
We know. You don't have to tell us what you want to happen, Ben. We know exactly what you want to happen in every case of everything.
Oh yeah,
we can predict exactly what you want.
He's going to win the title back from Baron Corbin. He's going to win it back from Baron Corbin.
So we had a new episode of Firefly Funhouse this week. In this one, Bray Wyatt revealed the name of the other half, and he calls it the Fiend. He also got into a weird argument with Abby, the witch, and then it turned into Limbo in a weird little thingy. I thought that was kind of cool, including the upside down thing that he used to do or whatever. But
the spider walks back, so that's kind of actually interesting.
One thing that I do have to say is that it's starting to lose a little bit of steam for me, and it needs to get in the ring real soon. Like, I like the character, and I like
agree.
the direction that it's
really
going.
agree.
But if they keep just doing these fucking promos, I swear to God.
Quick.
Honestly,
I must say as well that this Firefly Funhouse wasn't as entertaining as the other ones, but I guess it made sense to like what he did, like reveal the name and all that shit. But like you said, they need to really put him in the ring quick before that shit started dying down, because there's only so many promos you can do.
Yeah. I mean, and they're already short.
Fashion Police died. Fashion Police
Exactly.
died because all they did was promos, and then
They're
they
dead.
just basically
They're gone.
ran out.
I mean, one of them's back in NXT, and the other one's, I guess, on the shelf or whatever. So, yeah, Firefly Funhouse, get your shit together. Let's go. Get it in the ring. We want to see you hurt someone. You know, let's do this. Moving on to the main event, we had Seth Rollins facing Sami Zayn in what didn't really amount to much. I thought that this should have been a good match, and it just kind of was blah for a main event. They kind of screwed the pooch on this one. You guys agree?
Yep. And well,
Yeah.
also Sami Zayn and now he actually mentioned AEW in this.
Oh, yeah, I was gonna say that you forgot to talk about the promo.
Well, I was
Oh,
gonna,
God,
yeah, that's an obvious.
Yeah, I beat you to that. Yeah, I beat you to that streak.
Oh, that was before the match, duh.
Yeah, it was before the match.
I know.
But we were gonna bring that all in with. I was gonna bring it all in with the AEW stuff that we may or may not have.
Oh.
So, yeah, that was a crap match. And moving on to SmackDown, Kevin Owens took an L to Kofi Kingston, which I don't disagree with Kofi Kingston winning, but I do disagree with having Kevin Owens lose at this point. It did nothing for anyone right at this juncture. It didn't really help Kofi.
That's what I was gonna say. I'm like, what did this do? Like,
Not shit for
Okay.
anybody. It hurt. It hurt KO. That's it. The only thing that they accomplished
Basically.
was damaging Kevin
so now
Owens.
what? What are they gonna do with him now?
But he's probably gonna go job out to whoever. I don't know. We'll see. But that kind of pissed me off. I don't mind Kofi winning at all. He should win every match he's in right now. But if he's gonna win a match on Monday Night Raw, it should be against either someone that we're not wanting to get behind, because we want to get behind Kevin Owens, not at Kofi's expense. So Kevin Owens should be going for the United States title, or I'm sorry, the Intercontinental title, or whichever one's on fucking Raw. I get so confused. They got too many fucking belts.
Well, the Intercontinental title is on SmackDown,
Yeah.
and the United States title is on Raw.
Yeah, so he should be going for the United
So that's-
States title, 100%.
United States.
And I mean, they've got the United States title picture right now is garbage. Besides Samoa Joe,
He had a good run with the United States title too. I
Who?
like his run. Kevin Owens.
yeah. So
Had
he
a
should
pretty
be
good
going
run
after
with it.
that and hold that and give that, elevate that a little bit, you know, beyond the crap with Rey Mysterio and Samoa Joe. You know, it's not Samoa Joe's fault, and it's not Rey Mysterio's fault. It's fucking WWE creative, without a doubt.
I even have to agree with this. Even I have to agree.
Moving on.
These creative teams.
Heavy
Kinda like-
Machinery
Totally.
challenges Daniel Bryan and Eric Rowan in what was a good promo from both sides. You can see, you know, a little bit better version of the heel coming out in Daniel Bryan. Eric Rowan still, you know, just not doing shit. But, you know, he's still my favorite wrestler ever. But he's got to bring back the sheep mask, bro. It's just not working. Nobody wants to see your face. Bring back the mask. It's totally metal, like real metal. That goes really good with your metal shirts, Eric. Just bring back the sheep mask. However, they've been booking Heavy Machinery like really horribly lately and hardly giving them any TV time. All this does to me is show how weak their tag division is. I mean, I love Heavy Machinery, but there should be a build towards it. They should get some notable wins. They should beat somebody of worth, but I guess when there's nobody really of worth to beat, like what happened to Authors of Pain? Didn't they used to be a fucking thing? I mean, I don't know. There should be tag teams.
Let's just be honest here. Their tag team divisions has always been lacking for a while.
But it's not. It doesn't have to be. They've got the people there.
I know they got the people. It doesn't have to be, but they only show off the people that really matters, like the New Day, like fucking, I don't know, the Usos, fucking people that's been tag team champions.
I don't mind I don't mind AOP. They're fine. But where are they? You know, you've got to use them. And don't put fucking Drake Maverick with them pissing his pants. That's fucking stupid. But regardless of all that, they should just go out there, not say a fucking word, kill whoever they're facing, and then go back out and not say a fucking word. And if they do say a word, it's in a language we can't understand, and they're screaming it at the top of their lungs. Beautiful. It's what we should be striving to do with the people who aren't good talkers or who don't speak English that well. Go out there, yell in your native language. We can understand passion and rage and fury, sadness. You don't have to understand to get these major emotions across, and that's the key selling point of sports entertainment, is those key emotions. It's not subtle things like, you know, empathy or compassion or little tiny nuances in human behavior. We're just looking for those big storytelling elements. That's why everything is so overly dramatic in their movements. When they get pumped up and fired up, they, you know, flex and wave around and do all kinds of really big gestures, because the people in the back can't see small little details. So you don't have to be able to speak English to do anything or to be a world champion. You could have a world champion that can't say a fucking word and not have him have a manager and still be a very, very compelling character. It's garbage that they think that they have to rely on managers or some stupid gimmick or anything other than just being a competitor, a person. I mean, that was the way they used to do it. And it makes sense. And it's not offensive. It's not lame. It's just real and kind of gritty. And they're getting way, way off track with the way they're going. The only person that needs a manager is whoever Paul Heyman is managing.
Yep.
So yeah, moving on from that, Shane O'Mac Appreciation Night. Wow,
Yeah.
this was way better than Shane O'Mac beating up Roman Reigns' third cousin.
Yeah, thank God. Like,
It was kind
long.
of crazy, and R-Truth showed up and got robbed of his 24/7 title, and I was like, oh, bummer. But I kind of knew right then and there that he would get it back by the end of the night. Like, I was like, he's going to get it back. I should just wait. Something's going to happen. He'll get it back. It's not going to be a big deal. Calm down. It's not the end of the world. So, you know,
I agree. It was way better than the one on Raw, the promo on Raw. I think the only reason that to be honest, I think the only thing that made it better was the whole R-Truth thing. If R-Truth wasn't involved, you gotta admit it wouldn't be great. Because I think that's the only thing that made it great, was that whole R-Truth thing. If it wasn't for R-Truth, thank R-Truth, thank you, broski, because you make SmackDown and Raw a great place when you're there performing your promos or whatever. But other than that, there's not much left.
R-Truth is one of the few people that if he went to AEW, I'd be like, oh, I think I like AEW now. And it's weird because R-Truth isn't even like a big guy, but he brightens my day so much every time I see him that it's like I would rather watch whatever show he's on. It's not necessarily whatever show Roman Reigns or John Cena or Brock Lesnar or any of the top names are on. It's the ones that keep me coming back and keep me entertained. What show is, you know, Fashion Files on? You know, those guys. What show is, you know, even though they're not using them the correct way right now. What show are those people that you really, really enjoy watching? And that's what I'm gonna watch.
Mm-hmm. You gotta realize, WWE is, entertainment most of the time. Speaking of its name, WWE, World Wrestling Entertainment, they have a lot of promos, right? But most of their promos are garbage. Until
But they gotta fill 3 hours and 2 hours.
Okay, so I got a question for you. The good promos like the Brock Lesnar thing and R-Truth, do you think they wrote their own promos, or do you think Mr. McMahon came up with those?
Maybe Paul Heyman has a lot of input as far as what's going on with that. I think that R-Truth has kind of developed his character to where they can kind of write whatever, they've got like a template for like what would R-Truth do in basically any given situation, because they've got like a character outline for him. They know exactly, what this character would do. So I don't think R-Truth has much creative input at all at this point. I think he just goes out there and does what they tell him to do. I think like all the jokes and stuff are for the most part written for him. But it's how he sells it that matters. I mean, they have to be set up because
some input.
He might, he might be, going with the flow and coming up with stuff, off the top of the head. But there's a basic thing that R-Truth does that's, the first time might have been his idea, but, every time after that, was definitely, 100% scripted. Like the being confused about where he's at or what he's doing or what title he's got or who he's talking to. Just that general aloofness. That's just, it's a characterization that's, you can reliably predict what R-Truth is going to do. And so he doesn't have to have much input. They already know exactly what R-Truth is going to do. Just like how much, I don't think Ben has much input in his character because we can already tell what he's going to do. I think somebody's just writing it and Ben shows up and acts it out.
Wow.
Ben's just an actor, guys.
Yeah, of course, I throws me under the bus. No, well, guess what?
That's right, Ben. You got thrown under the bus. How'd that feel?
Okay.
The wheels on the bus go bump, bump.
Might not
Ben.
even going to be happening anymore. Probably.
What? You're going to stack the odds against me. Corrupt management on HRW. Go figure.
I'm sorry.
Corrupt management. I see how it is. So, in a little bit of a good note here for the women's division, Bayley had a really good match with Lacey Evans.
Yeah, I agree with that. They did have a good match. I was impressed a bit there.
Because I don't really like Lacey. Yes, she did win. I don't really still like Lacey Evans. Maybe that's a good thing. Maybe I'm not supposed to like her, but I just don't like that broad, man.
What do you don't like about that? Her
maybe it's the feminism thing. I don't mind feminism, but like super feminism, I just like when anybody takes anything too far, it becomes. But she's not like too far with it. It's not like her whole gimmick is like feminism or anything like that. But it's like this class thing.
In the army or something like that.
Well, that's fine too. I completely support women in the military, even in combat roles. If that's what they want to do, they should be allowed to do that. But like the armpit thing, that's fucking gross. And like,
I agree with that.
And it's just like I don't like her. I just don't like her. Like just like Soul don't like Shayna Baszler.
We got an anti-feminism over here, guys. Oh my God.
I support women's rights to choose what to do with their own body. I support women's rights 100%. But I don't like that broad, man. I just don't know what it is. She just rubs me the wrong way. Just like Soul don't like Shayna Baszler.
Whoa, okay. Now we know why you don't like her.
Yeah.
Should you get a little bit of private rubbing lessons over here?
No, I'd probably like her more then.
You the right way? Okay. I see how it is.
It's just, I just don't. She's not interesting to me. And the character is like the 1950s, you know, Rosie the Riveter thing. Like, that's so fucking lame. That's what it is. It's her gimmick. I think she could be fine without that stupid, lame-ass gimmick.
Yeah, the gimmicks, it's not really that lame. It's but I don't know. I mean, I don't find her that bad. She's decent.
What do you like about her?
I kind of like the gimmick, honestly. I have different feelings about the gimmick. I kind of like it.
Why?
But
what do you like about it?
How just what we described. It's, you know, fucking the 50-ish kind of thing, and she's like a lady.
Yeah, but it's 2019.
Kind of thing. But it's all right. It's all right. You gotta look at it this way. Back in those days, the women's didn't really have any right, and she's kind of.
But it's not back in those days.
Kind of do like a little bit of mashup type thing right now. A little bit of mashup. It's kind of like, not cliche in a way, but I can't find the word for it. But I like it, is all I'm saying. Her performance is alright. I mean, I gotta see her more. I mean, to me, she kind of almost resembles, like I was saying, with, so she almost kind of resembles another fucking Charlotte Flair. She would have put Charlotte Flair uniform
Well, obviously,
on her,
because they clearly pointed that out during this match. The similarities.
No, but we were saying that before that, but they are very similar. They like the buildish kind of way, like her build. I think she has more muscle, a little bit more muscle or defined muscle than Charlotte does. But
I'm inclined to disagree there.
What,
buddy? I think Charlotte has more.
Muscle?
I think Charlotte's more well defined. I think that the only reason you really think that is because I think
is it because of makeup or something?
No, I think that they have different body types for one, because Charlotte is like 6 inches taller than her. They have a different frame. I guarantee you that Charlotte Flair probably has more. No, Charlotte Flair's like 6 inches taller. I know the heels does make her
higher too. I know the heels does make her taller.
They both wear heels.
They both don't wear heels.
Sure they do.
What are you talking about? No, they don't. Charlotte doesn't wear heels to the ring.
Oh, to the ring. Well, either way, Bayley did beat Lacey Evans, and Charlotte Flair had a little bit of miscommunication, and then Lacey Evans tried to attack Charlotte and was completely ineffective. So I guess that's it for Lacey, right?
Nah, I don't think so.
I don't know.
Maybe, nah, I don't
for a while, at least. Or she's gonna go down a few pegs, or she's gonna have to find a tag partner or something, because there's only one tag title to go around, so one for all the brands. So you know you're kind of ruin. Yeah, and let's not even get into fucking that. Actually, let's because the women's tag titles are a fucking joke. When the reigning women tag team champions for the past month haven't gotten a single notable win and have done nothing but lose every single match that they're in, while at the same time
being gonna make that title a joke, man. I told you.
And at the same time, the only good thing out of this is they're still giving good promos. The Iconics are still being entertaining within the confines of what they're giving, but it's fucking ridiculous.
I told you, they're just gonna throw out the title to people that basically, quote unquote, deserves it.
Yeah,
I heard people that get more attention in the WWE. Yeah, just gonna throw out the titles to them, make them more supposed well known.
Well, I think Vince is actually here. I think Vince is punishing Peyton Royce.
It's what they
because
do
of,
with the tag team titles as
because
well.
of Shaw.
They do that with the regular tag team titles for the men. They threw it out to Bo Dallas and them and a bunch of other joke tag team. And then where are they now? The Bludgeon Brothers, that lasted for a couple of months.
Yeah, they're winning at them winning at WrestleMania. That was like the worst decision. That was the worst decision. Like, you know, like for the, of course, for the Bludgeon Brothers I'm talking about. Yeah, that was the worst.
Yeah,
decision.
I mean, they do that shit. They do that
where's
shit.
my boy Buddy Murphy? Where's my boy Buddy Murphy at recently? He has not even been on like SmackDown at the moment. Yeah, he's supposed to be the best kept secret, and he's not even appearing. God,
whatever. So WWE may have found the secret weapon and the way to get Roman Reigns over.
Oh God.
Have Roman Reigns help give the fans what they want. So we had our main event match. Listen, hear me out. We had our main event match, wherein pretty not that great as far as matches go, but the end result was Roman Reigns giving another, looking at R-Truth, looking at Elias, and going, "Oh, okay," and just kind of shrugging, giving the spear to Elias, and saying, "There you go, R-Truth. There's your title back." It was a good, like a good deed. It wasn't corny. It's like a kind of an inspirational moment. It's great for R-Truth. It gives the fans what they want, and it makes Roman Reigns look like an actual good guy that people want to cheer for. People were actually cheering Roman Reigns. Like, duh. Fucking everything that WWE can sit there and say, put their fingers on, that people are always complaining about. Just have Roman Reigns go through the entire show and just start fixing shit. Like, you know, they're sick of, the fans, most of, are sick of Baron Corbin. I'm not saying put him in a program with Baron Corbin. I'm saying have Baron Corbin be out there talking crap about whatever, or just beating up R-Truth, or anybody that the people really care about. Roman Reigns just comes out, spears him, and, you know, Baron Corbin's on the shelf for 6 months. Fans love Baron Corbin. Fans love... See what I did there?
Yeah, that is...
Listen to Ben.
That is actually a good storytelling.
He is the exact...
Can I say something, though?
Person that they should be aiming for, and that's exactly how... You hear how excited Ben just got? Do you hear that?
No.
That is the exact reaction that they would get from all those other fans that are just like Ben. And that's 90% of them.
Can I say something? This is actually like okay. So if you guys actually do remember what happened, you know, like a couple of years ago, we had this same scenario: the Authority versus Roman Reigns. We don't want to see like this anymore. We are starting to get of course, we're starting to get sick and tired of like the same stuff getting of course, like just like thrown right in our faces. We always see Roman Reigns, the Authority. Can we just forget forget about this whole rivalry. Just bring us just something like brand new, fresh, and something that the entire whole fans can they can be entertained by. Not this bullshit fucking Roman Reigns and Authority freaking promo. It is now done. I'm starting to get absolutely sick and tired of seeing Roman Reigns all the time, the Authority all the time, and this whole scenario with Shane McMahon.
I think that's one of the issues about WWE. They really like to push that authority role, but here's the thing: when does it stop? When can they stop being into the show? I mean, bruh, putting yourself into the authority role and putting yourself out there in the WWE and basically doing all this shit because you're an authority. Bruh, that's been going on for so long in the business, back fucking when it started, okay? It's been, well, not really back when it started, because back when it started was like, you know, classic stuff. But I guess it started during, or maybe a little bit before the Attitude Era, around there, and it just hasn't stopped ever since. They always pull that authority role stuff, and it's really annoying because you already know what's gonna happen. You already know the end results. Nothing's gonna change. It's just like, do something different. All right, that's the problem with WWE these days. They have nothing. Well, I can't say nothing. They do come up with some fresh ideas here and there, but they reuse the same old ideas all the time. They reuse it, and expect us to be like, wow, that's so cool. But no, it's just recycled stuff that they've done years ago or a year before that. It's just like, they do too much reused bullshit. It's just like, come up with something new. You're a big ass company. You're worth millions of dollars, billions of dollars. You can hire good writers. You don't need to, if their writers are not doing good, fire them. You can find anybody in the world. You can find a fucking genius writer or a screen fucking play writer or something and have them come up with better ideas. I mean, come on. There's no excuse, alright? There's no fucking excuse for Mr. McMahon. I think most of it is probably Mr. McMahon's fault, because he wants to put his say into everything, as what it seems. But you can't just do that. I mean, you can, but it's just, do you realize how everything is going? Like, are you so, like, naive or so fucking blinded by your own work you don't realize how bad it is? Like, most likely because it keeps going and going. I'm like, come on, dude. You're worth a lot of money. You can get a better writers. You can get better this, better that. Just, there's no excuse for it. There's really no excuse, is what I'm saying. There really ain't.
I agree. So, let's move on to the highlight of this week in wrestling, which would be NxT Takeover.
Highlight.
Well, I mean, it wasn't the best, but it wasn't the worst. So, you started off things with Matt Riddle versus Roderick Strong, a match I was pretty excited for. I do like Matt Riddle. Roderick Strong usually puts on some good matches. I knew there were going to be a lot of backbreakers going on here. This was a really well thought out and well executed match.
Come on with it. You can do it.
It took a minute. But this was really, really good. Like everything that an NXT TakeOver match should be, and more. I was perfectly happy with this. It started out pretty slow.
It did, but
I was like,
does kind of start off pretty slow.
I literally said to myself, like out loud, I was like, this match seemed like 2-3 minutes in, I was like, this isn't as good as I thought it would be. And then by the end of it, I was like, oh, there it is. They were just waiting, and then they were going to do this big burst of shit. And it was great. Pretty fucking awesome. I really enjoyed that match. I would give it an A for sure.
Yeah, that was a really good match. I agree.
And obviously, Matt Riddle coming out on top here. I think that was definitely the correct decision. Yeah, 100%. A, not A plus, but I'd give it a straight up A. I have to agree with Bleacher Report there. Next, we had a fatal 4-way for the vacant NXT Tag Team Championships with Street Profits, Undisputed Era, Lorcan and Birch, and who were the what are their names?
And the Forgotten Sons.
Oh yeah, because I forgot them. So another pretty awesome match. Even Forgotten Sons looked alright, and then Jackson Riker, they made him look like made him look like, just unstoppable. And it got kind of weird where like people were teaming together and they could have, you know, been going for the thing, and I'm like, this is getting a little out of hand. But
I think whenever ladders are involved, it's always a good match.
True, especially when it's NXT.
Yep.
And fucking O'Reilly, oh my god, his back, bro.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
No, we might not have got AEW amounts of blood, but that injury looked fucking rough.
Yo, he took like some crazy bumps.
Yeah, and after he was already bleeding from his back from 2 spots, like gaping open wounds, it looked like. He's still taking big ass bumps. I'm like, shit, bro. Like, the crowd was chanting Kyle O'Reilly, and you know, it's not often that you get chants for a single member from a tag team. You know what I mean? They usually chant for the whole tag team, and instead of, you know, just one person. So I was really glad to see him get that recognition for putting in the effort that he did. That was a pretty amazing match there. And
that was a really good match.
Another match that I didn't think was going to be all that great, but turned out to be a lot better. Yeah. Tyler Breeze. He looked better than he's looked. He looked like the person that we know should have been on Raw or SmackDown. He was a threat to Velveteen Dream. He wasn't a pushover. And the match was very well executed. I didn't see any major botches. I didn't see anything wrong with it. It wasn't as high quality of a match as the 2 before it. There weren't as many big, huge spots, and, you know, maybe the super kicks weren't all that great, or, you know, they were a little tired at the end. But, and, you know, I think the main thing here is it wasn't as compelling as most of Velveteen Dream's matches.
That's true. I agree.
Yeah, and that's... But yeah,
it was pretty
That's because they were similar characters, I think.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think that's the reason why. But I guess I agree. I mean, I wasn't expecting anything crazy out of this match, but I was rooting for Tyler Breeze just because he's fucking Tyler Breeze, and no offense to Velveteen Dream, he's a great performer.
I knew Tyler wouldn't win because it was one of Velveteen's first defenses, and I think they've got a lot riding on his push.
I was hoping.
Obviously. I thought for a few seconds, I was like, well, you know, maybe they would put it on him just because he's returning, and, you know, maybe have him do like a full-fledged NXT return, just to, like, as like a proof of concept to see and to show that, like, it's viable for Raw and SmackDown people to come back to NXT and it not be like a problem. And they even like the pre-show, I don't know if anybody else watched it, but like Sam Roberts and the new dude that's goofy as hell, Vic, isn't that his name?
I think so.
Vic Joseph. No.
Yep.
Yeah, it is. Right, the guy that used to be a kicker in the NFL. He's pretty awesome. I like him. He's like an idiot, but at the same time, he's just funny, and he throws all the shit at Sam Roberts. So, they were talking about how in WWE on Raw and SmackDown, like, Tyler Breeze went from being the shit on NXT to being just a joke. And
that's true.
Never achieving anything, and they were like,
that happens to a lot of superstars.
While Velveteen Dream has actively gotten better and better and better, all Tyler Breeze has done is gotten worse. And I was like, oh shit, so they're just going to like throw it out there, and they're like, there's no way that Tyler Breeze is ready for a competitor like Velveteen Dream, because if NXT is stepping it up after every takeover, and all Tyler Breeze has done is got worse, then NXT is so many levels beyond what what it was when he was there. So how could he even think he could compete? And it was a compelling argument. But that's when I knew that, like, they were going to try to make Tyler Breeze, you know, look as strong as possible and potentially win because of that conversation that they had right there. And because of that, it made the match a little bit more interesting to me, because there was that little bit of hope, you know, even though I kind of pretty much knew that Velveteen Dream was going to win. There was that little figment of hope from that little interaction there.
Definitely.
So, Shayna Baszler and Io Shirai was a pretty damn good match. My only problem with it was the interference. I don't think any of the interference stuff should have happened with Candice LeRae and all this other stuff.
But of course they did.
It should have just, if this would have been just a straight up match, and Shayna Baszler, I think the reason anybody's disappointed here is because Shayna Baszler won again, but at the same time, that means so much for her character as that heel, that everybody wants her to lose that much. But I mean, and at the same time, there were a lot of people that were cheering Shayna Baszler, sometimes even louder than the people cheering Io. And I really don't think that Io is compelling enough right now to make me interested in her being women's champion. Like, I'm hard pressed to find anybody that I can think of. Honestly, if Toni Storm was on regular NXT, I would be fine with that. But there just aren't really any women on the NXT roster anymore that really stand out to me.
Well, for women?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think...
so like, name one.
I don't know, honestly. I mean, we have Bianca Belair.
She might be ready, but she kept losing. She was undefeated. But
we have Vanessa Bourne, but nah, she wasn't ready.
She's not championship material. And like Nikki Cross already got sent off and doing whatever weird shit she's doing.
Yeah, that's true.
So there's nobody, in my opinion. There's nobody to challenge her.
What about Dakota Kai?
I would like for that, but they're not gonna let Dakota Kai win.
Yeah, there is another person on the roster that we have I think we might have actually been potentially forgetting. Mia Yim.
No.
Do you think she's ready?
No.
Okay. Well, that's just like the other
That's the girl, the Asian Blasian baddie, the one with she comes out with a ninja mask thing on or something. She dates Keith Lee. I know that.
Yeah, Keith Lee. There has to be like someone.
The only person that comes across... God damn, man. The only person that comes across my mind is... what's that woman that... she was in the Mae Young Classic. She's pretty... Rhea Ripley.
Oh.
I think Rhea Ripley would be good.
But she's currently on NXT UK.
No, she's on UK. But she's not a champion over there, is she?
No, she's not champion. Toni Storm is champion.
Exactly. That's why I was saying it couldn't be Toni Storm.
Yep.
Unless they did champion belt for belt.
What is Pizarro doing? Whatever her name is.
Who?
Pizarro?
Yeah,
wait, are you talking about? Are you talking about
She was on TNA.
Casey?
No, I'm talking about she was on TNA and she's gone. She's on TNA for 2 years ago, and then she's on NXT
Oh, what's her name? Now I'm just trying to remember.
Do they do anything with her yet?
Probably not.
No,
I don't really
think
watch
so.
NXT, so.
Hang on.
She signed with NXT like last year. So did she have any matches?
Probably as like a jobber or in a tag team match or something. It takes a while to gain traction in the women's division on NXT unless you're...
I mean, but here's the thing. Their women's division on NXT ain't that big. So
It used to be,
it's not
though.
like they can't build anything. They have like at least 10 women's... They have 10 women's in NXT, and like half of them are already known and had their supposed title shot or whatever. So they have to do something with the others. You can't just let them sit there. Who the hell would Shayna Baszler fight then?
You know
The
what?
others are gatekeepers
No,
are gatekeepers for whoever does rise up. That's why they keep the others around. You got to have people to beat. You can't just be a champ and a challenger and that's it. It's got to be a ladder to climb.
Challenger.
I'm just looking at like some.
You got to climb the towers, you know. So
Alright.
not bad all
Main event
overall.
time.
Johnny Gargano versus
Gargano.
Adam Cole,
Johnny
baby.
Takeover.
Dance rebel,
Johnny
dance
fucking
rebel.
Takeover. Oh yeah, also Johnny Captain Marvel. We need to, I think we need to refer him to Captain Marvel.
Johnny
Captain
Marvel, really? Or what about Captain Johnny? You know that?
Captain
So
Johnny.
some people are probably
Oh, man.
disappointed by the ending here. Some people are probably super excited. It was controversial either way. I really didn't
How
mind
is it
either.
controversial? How?
The decision
How is it
of who the
How is it
decision of.
controversial?
If you will let me finish talking, I will tell you how.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. I'll let you. But yeah, there was nothing
How?
controversial about that.
I'm just
There's
waiting for you to stop
nothing.
talking. Are we done?
Go on.
Yes.
Okay.
We are done. Okay.
Controversial
Thank you.
in the sense that a lot of people are gonna have wanted Adam Cole to win, and a lot of people are gonna have wanted Johnny Gargano to win. So it's controversial. Whoever wins, a lot of people are both happy and a lot of people are unhappy. That's controversial, Ben. So yes, it was controversial. Dick.
Yeah, I see
mean,
like your
that-
point,
that
but
applies
this
to
is
a
the
lot
correct
of
decision, though.
Wrestling.
This is
I'm,
the correct
I'm
decision.
not disagreeing with that, Ben.
So many people-
That's not what I said. I just said that a lot. Okay, that's fine. I didn't disagree with that. I agree with that, in fact. The reason I agree with that is because of the dynamic of Tommaso Ciampa coming back.
Though, now.
Yeah,
He's a Triple
and
Crown
he
champion
achieves
now, though.
that. Plus, Tommaso Ciampa's coming back, so he gets to rub that in Johnny's face with all the stuff that he was talking about during the kickoff show about how, you know, he kind of thought it was a mistake.
This is just gonna lead to a feud with Adam Cole, and he's gonna win the title again. But it doesn't matter because he still won't become Triple Crown champion.
Who won't?
He already had Goldie. I guess he could be two-time
Two-time.
NXT champion. Yeah.
Hell, he could go win the North American later.
Well, I guess so.
You know, something. I don't. So there is actually like that. Hang on. There is actually something that is like that was just on my mind just before. So one of the commentators said that Adam Cole was a triple champion. I don't recall him winning the NXT tag team titles.
What are you talking about?
Yo, I swear to God.
He's won.
Yo, I swear to God, right? So I think
By the Freebird
Freebird
rule.
rule. Freebird rule, Ben. They're just like New Day.
Oh,
Yeah, by the Freebird rule, he has won the NXT Tag Team Championship.
Come on. This is noob shit.
Come on, Ben, you should know this.
First day shit.
Yo, all I'm saying though is right.
Basic.
Adam Cole's entrance for this, it was a really, really good choice for actually having, Russell and Flo do his entrance
You really
for
think
him.
so? I think the intro was kind of. It's kind of.
Yo, have you not actually freaking heard the Russell and Flo version of the Undisputed Era? Have you heard it yet? Yo, it was good.
That's what I feel like.
Yeah, I'm really gonna get behind your judgment of rap. How much rap do you listen to, Ben?
I don't really think a lot of people enjoy that intro, honestly, but
Corny as fuck.
It was different. Yo, it was different though.
How was it different?
I don't know.
Just because they had a person come out rapping to it?
Yo, we.
You know what else
okay.
is different,
Yo,
Ben? Sticking your dick in an alligator's mouth. Does that make it good? No.
What the fuck are you talking about?
It's different. It's different.
I am sorry.
It's different.
So we have had the Velveteen Dream. Last NxT Takeover came out to like the New York stuff. That was good. Why cannot Adam Cole actually have like a special entrance? Okay? Yeah. See, it was different.
It's I guess. If
you didn't actually talk about like the Velveteen Dreams entrance.
I didn't say. I did not say he couldn't have a special entrance. I just said it wasn't good. It's not good.
It was different, okay?
I'm just saying it's not good.
Fine, it was different. Jeez. Let's move on from this.
Oh, hang on. Yeah, this is actually just like a little bit of a tweet from something something that Triple H actually said about on the post Takeover media call. So Triple H said in the post Takeover media call that the roster told him while going in tonight that they wanted to make a statement tonight and basically say top that to anything coming next. So that means the whole NXT roster wanted to top everything they've done for that show for Russell for NXT
yeah,
Takeover.
but they didn't.
25.
It wasn't the best NXT Takeover I ever seen, so they didn't top jack shit. I've seen better takeovers.
I totally do agree, but every single match on that show.
Shit, the first War Games takeover was better.
But that's fine. That's fine. But what I can't deny is that out of all of those matches, there's only one that even went below an A, and that's the Shayna Baszler Io Shirai, and it was probably a solid B or B plus. So every single match, 5 out of 5.
I mean, gave that an A.
I know they did, and that's fine. I can see justifications for. There's not much fucking difference between a B plus or a B and an A. Ben, that's just 10 points. It's not a lot.
Okay.
So it's nothing to freak out over, and it's their opinion. They're entitled to it.
I'm saying it was good. It was a good takeover. But
would you not say that each match would have been at least a 9 out of 10 or 8 out of 10?
I don't freaking know.
Yeah, I guess so.
Then by that standard, would you say each match on AEW was an 8 out of 10?
No, but
exactly. That's my point. By what I'm saying is by the numbers.
For 25 years.
What I'm saying though is by the numbers.
No,
you would if you
comparing this to Money in the Bank, not AEW.
I think we should compare it. I think we should. No, I think the best comparison you can make is the best that both companies have to offer. And the best that both not what they tell everyone that they have to offer, not what the world thinks is the best that they have to offer, the best that they actually have to offer. And the best thing that WWE has to offer is NXT. If it wasn't for NXT, I guarantee you they would lose half their subscriptions.
That's true. I agree with that.
There are probably people who don't even watch the pay-per-views, Raw or SmackDown anymore. They only watch NXT and Takeover. I guarantee you there are plenty of people like that right now. Especially some of the AEW fans who've probably converted to AEW. they probably still watch some NXT. And if an AEW
Well,
fan tries to tell me that
we
NXT
already
is
knew that
garbage,
NXT was a better show than WWE.
of course.
Has to offer other than NXT. We already knew that, though.
But if an AEW fan like tries to tell me that NXT is garbage, I've lost all respect for that person as a fan of wrestling and sports entertainment.
I don't even watch NXT on a weekly basis.
But you understand it. You know. You only watch the main shows because it's easier to watch. It's kind of more convenient.
Exactly, it's more convenient.
But it's really not. Because you could watch NXT on your phone in the bathroom probably while you're taking your big 30-minute dump of the day.
It sums everything up then having to keep track, if you know what I mean. You sum a lot of stuff up just because I'm not in track at all with NXT. I have no idea what half of the shit that's going on. So whenever there's a pay-per-view, it basically gives me annual or maybe monthly,
quarterly
update.
It's about
update.
quarterly. It's like every 3 months. It's literally quarterly.
And not much has changed from the last pay-per-view.
Not really. The landscape hasn't changed that much besides people leaving. Nobody's really stepping up besides Matt Riddle.
And when they do step up, it's going to be featured on a pay-per-view in the first place. So it doesn't make a big deal to me to miss out on the weekly shows in the pay-per-view. Unlike shows like SmackDown and Raw, there's always something happening. Even if it is reused content, recycled content, it's always something happening.
I get it. And it's like, I've noticed that, like, a lot of hardcore wrestling fans don't watch NXT either. And I'm like, but you watch Raw and SmackDown every week.
It's too much to keep up with.
I would stop watching, I promise you, I would stop watching either Raw or SmackDown before I stop watching NXT. I would just watch SmackDown and NXT if somebody put a gun into my head and I had to choose.
Yeah, I agree with that.
But you don't, at heart. You would watch Raw and SmackDown.
It's probably because I'm a bigger fan of the main roster people than I am with... There's more variety, is what I'm saying, than just NXT.
It used to be,
NXT,
but not really anymore. You know, now NXT has the things that WWE... NXT has a faction, basically. NXT has...
To an extent.
Undisputed Era is one. It's 4. A 4 is plenty for a faction. 4 is DX most of the time. 4 is the 4 Horsemen. That's fine. They have a faction. Fucking WWE won't even do factions, and that's one of the greatest things that you can.
With Insanity, but
they could have had a fucking bunch of them. They broke Sanity up. They could just form one right now with Shane McMahon running Elias, Bobby Lashley, and Drew McIntyre.
Boring.
No, it's better than fucking nothing.
I literally actually judge just boring into that.
I don't know why they're scared to do factions now on WWE.
I don't know. It's what the fans want.
I feel like they're just scared of doing it.
It's what the fans want.
Why. Give us what we want.
Give me what I want.
Give me what I want. Vince, give me what I want.
As far as news goes, we've got the Jon Moxley conversation that he had on Jericho's podcast, where he basically said that he had all these ideas, but Vince McMahon just kept making him do all these goofy, stupid gimmicks, and he was trying to fight it the whole time, and it was getting nowhere. So he got to the point where he was just done, basically. He couldn't... He just went through the motions, and yeah, he didn't want to resign, so... Hence Jon Moxley, AEW.
And he actually also mentioned and he even... I think he also even mentioned the whole, you know, like... the whole, Roman Reigns, like, promos he had to do. He just thought it was like an absolute joke.
About the leukemia thing. He wasn't comfortable with doing that, and when he did it, he said, "Oh my God, I can't believe I said that." The whole,
Yeah.
you know, Roman got the answer to the guy upstairs thing and whatnot. Yeah,
Yep.
there's a lot of stuff that he put out there, but what really gave him the kicker to not sign was the whole fucking thing with the vaccine to get vaccinated because of the fans, or because of the WWE universe.
Yeah, that was so bad.
That was really bad. I was like, God. He was saying there was
Yeah,
points
what
where
are they
Vince McMahon wants
thinking?
him
Don't
to come
they-
out with a mannequin.
Don't they fucking
They wanted him
know?
to come out with a mannequin.
Why would they even do that, though? Don't they know that vaccines cause autism?
Yeah.
Gosh.
They wanted to come out with a mannequin, a surgical mask. What was the other one? A little red wagon.
Yeah, it was
there
dumb.
There was a few dumb, stupid shit that they want. A little red wagon and a mannequin. What kind of promos would that be? I mean, the closest thing we had to a mannequin on the show is probably the head thing for
Head, yeah.
Al Snow.
Al Snow.
What do we
yeah,
want?
Al Snow. Head.
We want head. Yeah. I mean,
We want head. We want head.
I
We want
still
head.
kind of question though. Here's the thing that I question about this podcast. Since this was a podcast for Chris Jericho, I feel like it was biased in a way.
True. I agree.
I
It was
feel
meant
Biased. Okay.
I feel
because
like it was
it's
meant to
because
take
it's for
shots.
them. It's for AEW. They're doing it to intentionally throw shade at WWE.
Mhm. And that's why I'm
That's
saying
literally
it's
what bias
biased.
is, Ben. Gosh.
Like,
Think
if you
about
were to
things
say
before
this
you
on
react.
A different podcast, if you were to say this on maybe Bubba Ray's podcast or Stone Cold's podcast, or maybe what's his face there, that dude, that old guy there, I don't fucking know his name now. Maybe if he would have done it on some other kind of known podcast that has no relations with AEW, then I would kind of be like, okay, I understand, but from what I'm getting, it's
He would have done it on Joe
throw
Rogan.
shade and-
Yeah, we would get it.
Yeah. But
Because Joe Rogan would be like, so, like, how did you really feel? And have you ever tried DMT?
no, he would be like, Vince wanted me to come up with a little red wagon. Wow, that's crazy, man. Have you ever done DMT? You're like, no, but I would have done that. But yeah, there's not much news, I guess.
Well, there's a little
other
bit.
than-
There's the rumors, been going pretty heavy now. Like, a lot of people are talking about it.
I guess.
That AEW is secretly working with WWE and has been since the beginning, and it's all just like ECW was back in the day when ECW started. WWE actually had
Yeah, but
control
the
of it
person
from
that
the very
started this
beginning.
rumor is Vince Russo. Come on now.
I know.
Vince
Yeah, this is
Russo
Vince
started
Russo.
this rumor.
Yeah, never.
I know,
Never ever
I
believe
know,
what Vince
but people
Russo
are-
actually says. Never
Oh my
believe
God,
anything
even
he
Ben doesn't believe it. Wow.
says. Same.
But, I mean, there's a guy at work that's literally like, I don't know, man. I'm like, look, think about it this way. One, when there were old territories and shit, Vince McMahon murdered them all. Like, forced them out of business. There are no more, the territory system is gone because of one man and one man only. Vincent K. McMahon. He is completely responsible for destroying every opponent that he had or absorbing them. So, is Vince McMahon willing to share? Fuck no. Will he buy your company and trash its reputation? Absolutely. Will he create a company secretly and have it be successful and then eventually fold it into his own thing and trash its reputation? Sure, he will. But one thing that he's not going to do is create a second brand and allow them to actively tarnish his reputation. Vince McMahon is not going to let because here's one thing ECW never did. They never said a fucking word about WWE. They never said anything. They never said Vince McMahon. They never said WWF. Not from the very beginning. And a lot of people don't realize it, but WCW created ECW. From the very beginning, ECW was owned by WWE. Sorry, but nobody really knew it. It was all like kind of off the books and, through different companies and stuff like that. So nobody really knew it, but the man making the money from ECW from its very inception was supposedly Vince McMahon. And they never said a word about him. They never said anything, and they never negatively impacted WWE. So for me to think that he would suddenly change his mind on that aspect, he still won't let people thank him in the Hall of Fame ceremonies. He still, whenever there's people being quiet at the announce tables during commentary, that's because Vince McMahon is fucking chewing their ass. When you hear those moments of awkward silence where nobody's really saying anything, that's because Vince McMahon's blowing their fucking eardrums out. There's no way in hell Vince McMahon is going to let anyone from his other company that he's actually secretly working with say anything bad about him. Nope, not going to do it.
True that.
So that's why I don't believe it. Vince ain't gonna share.
I don't believe it at all either. I don't believe it at all either, but there's people out there that believe those kind of conspiracies.
I want to believe.
Shit like that. Nah, exactly. They have those want to believe posters up. But why would you want to believe something like that? I guess the people that want to believe this is people that are scared. They're like, oh shit, we got to get behind some kind of thing so we can feel better about ourselves with liking WWE. Yeah, let's come up with an idea that Vince actually created, fucking AEW, and Vince actually still secretly owns freaking this and that. And so like, yeah, that makes me feel better knowing that now. WWE's definitely gonna win.
Yeah.
So, one thing that I really wanted to get into and discuss before we go off is if we had an imaginary maybe scale or ranking right now of WWE and AEW, who would you say is the better program? Now that's including NxT and Raw and SmackDown.
Yeah, I'm gonna say this.
I mean, even though you can't really compare the two because they've only had one show, I get that. But we're gonna continue this as we go and see how it moves up and down on both ends. And right now, I have to say that WWE still has the edge just because of production value and they've got more. They've had more experience and more time with it, and that could change with AEW if they get better production, get a better commentary going on over there, and just kind of change their pay-per-view model. I think they really need to change their pay-per-view model, and just a few tweaks here and there, and I think they'll definitely improve. But I mean, I think right now, anybody would be crazy to say, you can say that AEW is better than WWE as far as product, but as far as AEW is winning, I definitely don't think we can say that at this point, or for a long time. It'll be a long time, I think, before we can honestly say AEW is winning.
Yeah, it'll be a long time.
I'm not saying that it's not possible. I mean, look at what WCW did. They came back from what seemed like impossible lows to take over the ratings and win the ratings for like 90 consecutive months, and that was just with fucking Goldberg and the NWO. So. I mean, there wasn't anything else really that compelling, and it wasn't even all that great competition-wise. Like, in ring, it wasn't all that amazing or spectacular besides, like Rey Mysterio occasionally. But, it was, they were able to do that. So I think that it's quite possible for AEW to snatch a lot of viewers. But if they want to do that,
here's something. Here's what AEW got for them, and it's really good that they have it. Is Dean Ambrose, aka Jon Moxley, because right now, according to like everybody and all the shit that's going on, that Jon Moxley has higher star power right now than he ever did in WWE. Like he was like trending. He still is trending to this day since he made his debut in the show. And he's being repeatedly talked about what's gonna happen what's going on now. He's just been revealed to do New Japan World Wrestling show as well. He's been revealed to do that, and actually he's gonna be doing shows in New Japan for 6 months, I believe, until they start doing weekly shows on television, because right now it's possible for him to have that ability to travel here and there. So he's gonna be pretty busy from what it looks like, and I mean that's good for him. I mean, he's really getting what I guess he wants.
He's not still trending.
He is. He is actually trending.
He's talkable. I'm not saying that he's...
No, he's not trending. I just looked.
I'm gonna look this up. I'm looking this up right now.
You're looking on Twitter. That's
I
not
just
what I
looked, man.
Trending. That's not what I mean
you shouldn't say trending if that
he's talked about. Like
you can, you can say he's hot. Don't say the word trending.
Okay, hang on.
Trending means millions of people are talking about him right then and there.
Moxley,
there are no
tweets
like, today about
all those
Twitter
creative.
I know that's what I'm saying.
Things now he actually now has. I'm sorry, but WWE, they have actually just lost a big name in Jon Moxley. I'm sorry,
I don't think that's enough.
Okay, how is it not enough?
Is Jon Moxley gonna wrestle every single fucking match on their card?
I think probably. I don't fucking know. That's me. Okay.
Because if he's not, then it's not enough. They need about 4 more Jon Moxleys.
Hang on, right? The only reason why, right? So NxT is like, it's like, so good right now. Triple H is in charge of NxT. WWE, on the other hand, who's in charge of WWE? Vince McMahon. He books shit Raws, shit SmackDowns, and yes, and also I am also going to throw this one under the bus. 205 Live. Vince needs to Vince McMahon. All he needs to do is step down and give all that all that power to Triple H. Triple H knows exactly what he's fucking doing. I'm sorry. He knows exactly what he's doing, how to freaking book a perfect show.
I mean, NXT's doing really good for itself, so...
Or they just hire me, I can fix it.
Oh.
I mean, I can.
And that's true.
I've already had so many perfect setups for them, and they just nope.
Yeah.
We're not gonna do that. I've given it to them right there on a golden platter. I know they're listening.
Yep.
They're always listening. And on that note, seems like a good place to end the podcast.
Well, can we talk about Super Showdown?
Who's that?
Nope. It's an absolute rip-off, right to of course, like the Australian version of Super Showdown. No, we're not going to talk about that. That is like right now in the past.
Mad because
goodbye.
They're using the Super Showdown
right to Super Showdown. Fuck that out of
in the Middle East.
Saudi Arabia.
Like, no, fuck no. This is not going to be betting.
Saudi Arabia.
This was
You know
mine.
what?
It was mine. You stole
it's
it.
Friday, so
I'm sorry.
can we talk about predictions or no? 'Cause it's gonna be Friday. Unless you don't want to talk about it.
Do you have the thing pulled up? My phone died.
Talk on Saturday.
Do you have the card pulled up? My phone died.
That could only
the
actually
card for Super Showdown? I can pop it up real quick. Because, yeah, it's this Friday.
Is it all set? Is there still matches to be determined? Any TBDs?
So we got the Demon Finn Balor versus Andrade.
I said Street. I want Street to read it.
It looks like a full card
I'm here also.
I know you're there, but you tend to jump ahead and do all kinds of weird shit, so I want Street to read it.
Oh, hey.
Well, there's 9 matches.
I'm gonna fucking do this. I'm fucking doing this.
That 9 or 10 matches where it looks like a full card. I don't think there's gonna be any more announcing matches. I mean, it looks like 9 matches. Yeah, there's 9 matches, so there could be one more announcing match.
Alright.
So I believe the pre-show is gonna start off with the Lucha House Party versus Lars Sullivan.
Oh no!
Match.
Why the Lucha House Party? Why are they taking on Lars Sullivan?
We already know who's gonna win this, right?
Lars
Sullivan.
Lucha House Party.
Yep.
It could be a possibility.
I think Lucha House Party is gonna win just because they got their asses beat. Like, I think Rey Mysterio is gonna come out and help him. No, he's injured.
Should we talk about the
some other Lucha will come out and help him. They'll get a 4th one. They're gonna get a 4th member.
We're not talking about anything
the whole conspiracy about what's gonna happen on Monday Night Raw.
El Mago is gonna come out and help him.
Briefcase.
We're talking about Super Showdown. 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 We're talking about Super Showdown, Dan.
Like had this on my brain today. I've
different show. Wait till we're done talking about Super Showdown. Wait until we're done talking about Super Showdown. Hold that thought. Hold that thought.
If you want me
hold that thought. Hold that thought.
Yeah, but that's right. See.
All right. So.
Yeah. No.
Lucha House Party, Lars Sullivan. All right. So moving on to the next thing here, which is the Battle Royale. I don't got a list of people at the website that I'm looking at.
Stop interrupting, Ben.
I'm sorry, but like.
Oh my God, Ben. It doesn't show a list of people, but it's supposed to be a 50-man Battle Royale. So we could probably see some surprising
potential debuts,
air quotes here, surprising guests. Air quotes, because you remember the fucking greatest Royal Rumble. Remember how that went?
This is your chance, Street. This is your chance.
What?
This could be it.
I don't know what you're talking about.
This could be it.
For what?
What?
I don't know.
This could be the time.
Time for what?
What?
For CM Punk.
Oh, yeah, right.
No.
But yeah,
I don't think they will be doing that.
Triple H versus Randy Orton. So a little bit of a throwback match, of course.
I'm hyped for that match.
I believe Triple H won his last match with Randy Orton, from what I remember.
Was it? What was the last match? I didn't realize this.
I don't remember their last match, but
well, we know Triple
H won it.
I hope Randy Orton wins
the Raw Championship, or the WWE Championship, I should say. I'm hoping that Randy Orton wins too, because.
But I got bad feeling.
For his really recent matches and pay-per-view matches, he hasn't been doing too hot.
Yeah, but he's looked great.
Win for him.
He hasn't been doing great as far as wins and stuff, but he's kind of been starting to look more like his old self. Like, for a good 6 months, he was having some pretty boring matches. And then let's not forget the Jinder Mahal debacle.
Yeah.
So I'm really glad to see Randy Orton returning to form. So let's do this, you know. Let's see Randy Orton win. But I have a bad feeling, like I said.
This could be a good match. We've seen how Triple H can actually perform. He put on a great performance the last pay-per-view. So this could turn on to a good match. So let's hope for that. So Roman Reigns versus Shane McMahon. God,
It's fucking stupid.
I don't know. I feel like they're gonna have Shane win just to pull that authority type card. have him win some dirty way because he's been winning recently in all his basically on the pay-per-views. I mean, I guess I don't know.
He
There's
defeated
always
the Miz twice.
There's always the Miz. Yeah, there's always the Miz that could interrupt. So I really hope that Roman wins, even though I'm not really looking forward to this match.
And
another match I'm not
way
really looking forward to is Braun Strowman versus Bobby Lashley.
Yeah, I think the only one match.
What about Goldberg and Undertaker?
It's like it's two part-timers, so it's like
part-timers.
Yeah, they do like
Braun Strowman versus Bobby Lashley. Who do you guys want to win this match?
I'm going with Lashley. I've got to go with Bobby Lashley.
I feel like they'll have Lashley win because they've been punishing. What it seems like they've been punishing Braun Strowman because the whole ordeal about him missing his lines and shit like that. And so I feel like they're gonna give Bobby Lashley the win. But we'll see. Goldberg versus Undertaker. I want to see. Goldberg win this actually.
You want to see Goldberg win?
I want to see Goldberg. Yeah,
okay, this match.
It seems to make the most sense. I would think that Goldberg would be the most likely to win. He would be Undertaker seems to be the underdog here, mostly because of age and the win-loss record lately.
Yeah, well, Goldberg and Undertaker, I believe they had a match not long ago.
No, this first time ever. Huh? This first time ever. Really? They blasted it everywhere.
Oh, okay. I thought they had a quick little match one time.
Nope.
But I don't know. I kind of want Goldberg to win. I don't know.
Same.
Yeah, I guess so.
All right. So Intercontinental Championship: Finn Balor versus Andrade.
Finn Balor.
Well, it's not the normal Finn Balor. This is the Demon Finn Balor we have to think of now.
Did you not hear us already pick Finn Balor? You just acted like you were going to change our minds.
So, the problem is...
oh, wait, he's the Demon? Never mind, Andrade is going to win.
Finn Balor,
what's the problem?
Normal Finn Balor,
what's the problem?
He usually wins some of his matches. Demon Finn Balor. Yeah, I remember this right. WrestleMania, he battled Bobby Lashley with the Demon, but did not battle Brock Lesnar with the Demon. So I think in instant thought, Balor is going to win this because
you had to go through all of that just to say Finn Balor.
We've always seen Demon Finn Balor. He always wins every single match. He's always
Ben, you don't have to point all of this out. We know it's Finn Balor, even if he wasn't in the Demon thing. So it doesn't matter. It's Andrade.
Okay, I know, but this match is so bloody predictable. In so many words.
Lord.
As soon as the Demon comes out, it's automatically gonna be a little bit of a squash match. It's gonna be instantly a squash match.
So
next
match. This is the match that Ben's looking forward to. I already know who Ben wants to win. Universal Championship match. Seth Rollins versus Baron Corbin. Baron Corbin. Ben wants Baron Corbin to win this match. He's like, I wish Baron Corbin would win the title.
That's what I heard. Yeah, he said that earlier. And I was like, Baron Corbin is the greatest. He's my favorite WWE superstar right now.
Hang on, guys, wait, I'm trying.
He said it on his stream.
I'm trying to say so right now.
I remember that. Yeah, it's definitely true. He loves Baron Corbin so much. It's really, really.
Okay, guys, hang on. I'm trying to fucking talk this all fucking out right now. Jeez, fucking hell. But so.
Baron Corbin.
Well.
Baron Corbin.
Cause it was supposed to. Sheep. Can you shush? Let me freaking say what I'm about to freaking say right now.
I bring the darkness. I bring the thunder.
And it actually does actually have something to do with this. So this match is going to be happening at Super Showdown. But
your story.
Well, who is actually going to be cashing in on Monday Night Raw?
Your mom.
For the Universal title, Brock Lesnar. And if
Brock Lesnar,
somehow does win,
that Baron Corbin's gonna win, and then Brock is gonna cash in.
Okay,
That's his conspiracy.
Street.
No, his conspiracy is that Brock cashes in Monday.
What Brock Lesnar fucking said.
Brock Lesnar didn't say it. Paul Heyman said it.
He's cashing in money in.
Paul Heyman said that. Brock Lesnar didn't say it.
Raw.
Get your facts straight.
He's cashing
Get your facts
in
right,
on
Ben.
Raw.
You can't be a reporter if you're reporting false sources. You gotta get your sources right, Ben. Paul Heyman said he's cashing in Monday.
Oh yeah, I know, but this is actually, of course, like also the thing I was
Ben,
of course, bring up about.
That's fine, but here's the thing.
I really wish I could just say the thing I'm about to say right now.
What are you gonna say? What are you gonna say?
Absolutely disrespectful.
Say it.
But so.
Let's just say, I think the Brock
party, maybe like so the Brock party thing, I think it might be actually cancelled because apparently now, Stephanie McMahon, her and the entire WWE management, they kind of are actually now suing Brock Lesnar for this. For the whole Brock Lesnar scenario about the whole. Yeah,
Yeah? Is this real news? Is this true?
Hang on. Where's the video?
How much you're suing him for?
It's not fucking suing, but there is a video about this one. I need to fucking look this up. I think Pro Wrestling Unlimited, I think they actually said about it. Could be wrong about this one. Just check. Fucking, oh my god, my computer's so slow today.
Okay, so moving on to the next match. A WWE Championship match. Kofi Kingston, Dolph Ziggler.
Can I say something? This match is gonna frickin' save Super Showdown. This is the only match that can only frickin' save Super Showdown. We have seen Kofi Kingston versus Dolph Ziggler a lot of times. These two guys, they put on fucking incredible matches. Super Showdown. I think that this.
When did they put on an incredible match?
Did you not fucking see like half their fucking rivalry?
Nope.
Like back in 2014. Oh yeah.
Nope.
What? Well, you wanna know why? Because you wanna know why?
Why?
Yeah, because you're not like an absolute real WWE fan.
Oh, that's why. It's possibly not because I was basically homeless and didn't have cable or access to a television. It's because I wasn't a fan.
You should have actually like what's that rivalry? That rivalry is so fucking lit. It's dope. It's good. It's absolute entertaining.
I thought that was in 2013, not 2014.
This is the only match. This is the only match that anyone is fucking talking about right now. This is the only match that anyone, of course, is actually talking about right now.
Where it led up to Tribute to the Troops match? Are you talking about that match, or are you talking about?
No, I'm talking about like all their big matches now. And remember, this is a new Dolph Ziggler. He is like laser focused on becoming the WWE champion. So I think
boy, he's
Dolph
rolling.
Ziggler, he might win.
Oh boy, he is rolling.
Yeah, I think Dolph Ziggler might win the WWE title.
Let's remember, the New Day have some history with Dolph Ziggler in 2015.
Yeah, and
remember.
It doesn't matter. Kofi's gonna win. Kofi's gonna win.
Hang on.
Because
hang on.
Nobody should be beating Kofi until at least next WrestleMania.
The primetime players were the ones to come out and help Dolph Ziggler that day when he was getting attacked by the New Day. I was like, what?
Oh my god. So
Darren Young helping out.
There is actually a way. There is one way how Dolph Ziggler could win.
Yeah.
Nope.
Because remember, right? I think it was back in 2013. We had someone.
I don't think it's right. I don't think he's the person that should beat Kofi.
So would love it.
It's just.
So would love it.
I would love it too if it was done right. It's not ready. Like if there was a time, it's not now.
That's not my trying to speak now, and like no one's of course.
Well, you do it every other word out of your mouth is when someone else is talking.
The big man. Yeah,
Okay.
I'm talking about the big man.
I'm just doing what
I'm
you
talking
do.
about the big man here.
It's fun,
I'm talking
isn't
about
it?
the big man here.
I know, it's great.
Yeah, I'm... Sheep! Shut
Ben.
the fuck up.
Can we just talk
fucking-
about the lack
I'm trying
of
to say something
build?
about
You kiss
one
your
thing
mama with that mouth,
people
boy.
should actually understand
Hey.
right now
What?
is one member of the New Day, Big E. That's the person who I actually guaranteed to actually screw Kofi over.
Can we just talk
At
about
Super Showdown.
something
Nope.
besides this? Let's
Yep.
talk about the lack of build for Undertaker versus Goldberg. What's the story behind this? Like, there's like no build
So-
to this
The
whatsoever.
build is first time ever.
Oh my God! It's
That's
first
all they
time
need.
ever.
That's
And
all they
also,
need.
also like some little bit of breaking news. So Undertaker's gonna be showing up on Raw. Goldberg's gonna be appearing on SmackDown. On Raw. So Undertaker is gonna be showing up on Raw this week for Monday Night Raw, and
See,
Goldberg's
there's your
gonna be appearing on
builds. There's your
SmackDown
build
for this
streak.
week. Yeah.
Build,
So it's kind of like
build.
there's so
Build.
many promos.
Your build's weird.
Yo, has the WWE actually turned into like promo WWE now?
Oh,
So fucking god. So many promos. God, yeah, this is the reason why fucking AEW is like has better booking than Vince McMahon.
I
And
wouldn't
that
go.
is actually
I
the
wouldn't
truth.
go that
And
far.
that is the truth. That is the truth.
I won't go that far yet.
And
Wait
also
until a
speaking
couple-
about like
wait
the whole
until
Dolph
Fight
Ziggler
Fest
and
and
Kofi
all
Kingston
the other
match.
Jumping the gun.
So
It's
speaking
like
about
saying the
Dolph Ziggler and Kofi Kingston
XFL
match.
is
I'm
actually
sorry.
has better players than the NFL.
Okay. I'm not talking about the fucking NFL. I'm not talking about the fucking XFL.
I didn't
okay?
say you were. I said it's like.
Okay,
It's
I
a metaphor.
know. I know what. I
You know
you're
what those
fucking
are?
saying,
You know
okay, I
metaphor? Metaphor.
Ugh.
It's a metaphor.
But yeah,
God, I
that's
feel like fucking throwing my
that's,
freaking control out the fucking door. Big
that
E
was
Langston
the main
is
event,
probably gonna
I
turn heel.
believe.
Do you think
We are
Big
done with
E
the
Langston's gonna turn
predictions.
heel?
Yeah.
Do you think he's gonna turn heel?
No.
I don't think there's anything else to talk about though. So I think
No.
we're done.
Okay,
We are.
Street. Did you literally just hear what I said?
Yeah, I heard what you said, man. But
Yeah. Do you think he's gonna turn heel on Kofi?
I don't know. No,
Big
who
E.
knows, Ben? Who knows, Ben? I don't think so.
he could be faking his injury. I'm saying he could be faking this.
I'm pretty
I think
sure
a
New
lot
Day.
of
I'm pretty sure New Day is
US
still at
wrestlers
the pretty high ranking on merch sales, and I'm pretty sure
But
that they wouldn't make near as much money if they broke up the New Day, because they would stop selling cereal, they would stop selling shirts, they would stop selling unicorn horns, and they would stop selling all this New Day shit that they're selling.
why is this all about like
and-
merchandise? No-
Because
no one
it's
cares
all about
merchandise
fucking money, Ben. It's all about money.
Money, money, money.
All.
Oh yeah, it's all about the money.
Money.
Yeah, yeah, and you want something? Yeah, and that actually like also proves that. This is like the reason why the freaking
Don't say AEW, because
Soul
that's the
Amazing,
exact same
Sheep-
fucking thing with AEW. They're all about the money too.
Soulamazin, Sheepshifter, and Streetkilln. They are WWE biased. Just they are
AEW
WWE
is
biased.
all about the money
What do
too.
you
This-
mean?
This whole thing is about like this
Ben,
whole
did
thing
you
is,
not
is
hear the
about, like, being, like,
argument
being
that
biased.
me and Soul and Sheep
Biased
had
to
the last
WWE now.
podcast?
I'm sorry.
No, he
Oh,
doesn't
no,
even.
you
He
had a-
did.
Yeah,
We
was
had
I
a
actually
big
here like, when I had no
argument.
internet? Oh yeah.
Ben, you should have listened to the last podcast, mister. There was a big argument going on.
was I actually here? Yeah, and did you actually have the internet like a couple of, the last podcast?
Who
Yes,
do you
did.
think
Did
is
I?
the top
No.
selling? Who do you think is the top seller on
Oh, you wanna know who?
WWE right now?
Yo, you wanna
for
who?
merch?
The fucking Bullet Club. The Bullet fucking Club.
No,
They
no,
have
I'm
the
talking
best
about
fucking
who
merch.
has-
Oh
No, I'm
my
talking
God!
about
Fuck,
WWE.
man.
Ah.
Who's selling
You
the
wanna-
most right now, Ben? Tell me in WWE.
Well, if we actually could be like very, of course.
Ben, just
doing
give
this
me a
one.
fucking answer. Who's
I'm saying
selling
Seth
the
Rollins.
most?
I'm saying fucking
No,
Seth Rollins.
it's not Seth Rollins.
Hang on.
Seth
Oh,
Rollins
his.
is not the top seller, Ben.
Damn.
He's not. Guess who the top seller is right now? Becky Lynch is the top
Yeah,
seller.
that's
right
what I
now.
was gonna
Get it
say.
right.
I was gonna say
Oh,
Becky
Becky
Lynch.
fucking Lynch.
It makes sense that
She's-
the man shirt and stuff, those are pretty popular.
Yep. She's the top seller right now. But yeah. Alright.
I'm gonna see this.
It's true. It's an article on fucking Forbes.
Hang on. Oh, hang on.
It
What is
is
this?
true, Ben.
I'm
Becky Lynch is
looking at
making
it right
them-
now. I am looking at this right now. Let me see. Who is it?
You don't have to look at it.
Hang on. Oh, yeah. I forgot to mention. Yeah, it was someone
Top
else.
seller. Right now.
See there?
Becky
Ben,
Lynch.
right there. Click the link. It's in Discord. See? You can go see for yourself.
You want to know something, right? That is like very old though. It's very old.
No,
That is from...
it's not the-
It is.
It's from March.
Because you wanna know why?
Who cares?
Wanna know why?
Ben,
'Cause,
she's
I've seen
still
someone-
selling.
It's
Top
this
10.
year.
Who-
Top 10. Yeah,
who's-
Becky Lynch. Top 10 is Becky Lynch.
Top
Oh,
one.
hang on a sec. Wait.
Jesus,
Oh,
man.
hang on. Let me check this.
God, you don't have to check it.
This
There.
The
guy.
length of AJ
He's going
Styles'
trying to
injury
go-
absent revealed. Oh,
Anyway, yeah,
Here
good
it
place to end the
is.
podcast. Thanks, guys, for tuning in. Make sure you check us out next week. Sorry for all the cross wires here tonight. Ben Rivers is on drugs. We love you guys.
I am
Yeah.
not. I
Check
am
us out
not.
next
I am
week.
fucking
Ben's high.